Welcome back to Soundscape, where we uncover the stories behind the songs that shaped lives, families, and generations. Today, we're rediving into one of the most iconic Filipino songs ever written, a song that crossed countries, languages, and cultures. Freddie Aguilar's Anak, a piece of music that isn't just a song. It's a lesson, a confession, and a prayer. Before Freddie Aguilar became a legend, he was a young man struggling with something many of us face: the weight of rebellion, the desire for freedom, and the guilt of disappointing the people who raised us. At just 18 years old, Freddie left home without telling his parents, angry, confused, and determined to prove he could live on his own. He was chasing his dream of being a musician, but his dad wanted him to become a lawyer instead. This clash of expectations created a rift that felt impossible to mend, so Freddie packed his bags and left. But the world outside was not kind. He experienced hardship, poverty, and profound loneliness. He drifted through unfamiliar cities, playing music in bars and on the streets just to get by. In the quiet, desperate moments of that struggle, as he sat alone in a dimly lit room far from home, he began to realize a painful truth. The people he ran away from were the ones who loved him the most. The very freedom he craved felt empty without the comfort of the family he had left behind. Years later, filled with regret, longing, and a deep aching love, he poured all those emotions into a song. It wasn't a loud apology, it wasn't a dramatic confession. It was a story, simple, honest, and beautifully painful. He wrote Anak, which means child in Tagalog, as a letter to his parents, a way to say everything he couldn't say in person. It was his way of coming home. When you were born into this world, your parents were filled with joy. When you were born into this world, your parents' joy was boundless.
Ow.
The song begins like a parent watching their child grow, remembering those early years. The sweetness, the promise, the dreams. It paints a picture of pure, unconditional love, a child who is the center of their parents' universe. But life takes turns, and innocence fades. But where are you now? Suffering, your dreams have failed. Yes. This is the line that hurts, because it speaks to something universal. No matter how much parents guide, warn, or protect, children eventually choose their own path. Sometimes that path leads to mistakes, heartbreak, and regret. Freddie wasn't just singing about a generic child. He was singing about himself, his own journey into a world that chewed him up and spit him out. He was narrating his own downfall. As the song continues, the pain grows heavier. Your eyes are filled with tears, but you don't even notice. It's the voice of every parent who has ever stayed awake at night, worrying. It's the silent suffering of a mother or father who sees their child hurting, but feels powerless to help. And at the same time, it's the voice of every child who didn't realize how much they were loved until they were already far away, lost in their own world of pain and confusion. The power of Anak lies in its raw honesty. It doesn't blame the child for their rebellion, nor does it condemn the parents for their worries. It simply tells the truth from both sides of the divide. A parent's love endures, even through disappointment. A child's regret lingers, a heavy weight on the soul. And forgiveness, though sometimes silent and unspoken, is always waiting. The final verse offers a glimmer of hope, a path back. I hope you'll return, my child. What many people don't know is that Anak became one of the most covered Filipino songs in the world. After winning a local music festival, it was released internationally and became a massive hit. Translated into more than 100 different languages and versions, reaching countries Freddie had never even visited. It topped charts in places like Germany, Japan, and the Netherlands. Why? Because this story isn't just Filipino. It's human. Every family, every culture, every generation understands the bittersweet journey between a parent and a child. The song's simple melody and heartfelt lyrics transcended language barriers, touching a universal chord of love, loss, and redemption. Anak reminds us of something we often forget until it's too late. Parents aren't perfect. They make mistakes. They may not always understand our dreams, but their love is real, fierce, and enduring. And sometimes, before we can learn life's hardest lessons for ourselves, we first have to lose our way. We have to stumble, fall, and feel the cold sting of being alone to truly appreciate the warmth of the home we left behind. This song is more than music. It's a bridge between mistakes and forgiveness. It's a hand reaching out across a canyon of regret. It's a reminder that even when we fall, even when we feel completely lost and unforgivable, someone, somewhere, still waits for us with open arms. Freddie Aguilar eventually reconciled with his father, and the song that was born from his pain became the very thing that healed his family. It became his legacy. So tell me, did this song remind you of someone? A parent you miss? Child you're worried about? A mistake you finally learned from? Share your thoughts below. Your story might help someone else heal today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us here on Soundscape, where every song has a story worth telling.